we've only got one series anyway.
Yeah.
If it goes 60 minutes best of 3 all the way up to 3 games, why not?
Sure. I still want to see this Tiny killing people with the Visage. He doesn't have a combo yet. It's just understandable, so because of that.
Isla? Okay.
Yeah.
He gets run down. Metamorphosis is up. These heroes have no armor. They just melt. Amperian kind of blocking rises. Does he get the last
He gets him, I feel like, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, man.
That's terrible.
I mean,
if you're CDUB,
you expected this lane to crush, right? Like the magic damage to the outside of Alpha. They did manage to get the stun on Mark. He does not have mana. He does pop a mango, so he can bail out and hit 6 as well. Sanctified going to be the sacrifice more than likely as the rundown is there. No mana for him. Has 1 mango, but cooldowns are long. Another Dragon Tail out from Soul.
Was it Tiny that gave him the mango as well?
I believe so, actually. Yeah, I didn't notice it in Mark's inventory.
I feel like it was the Tinies. What a bro. Like, what a bro. Comes in, gives you the Isla. He might get glimpsed here as well, yeah.
Isla being dragged back again. Kinetic field is up. And a Visage just doesn't survive long enough.
This lane is a disaster.
We get too much done.
This is just...
It is just...
Yeah. Look, when you're...
For Alpha, they find that mid-tier 1 just with a DK push. No need to connect with your Death Prophet here at all with the Exo, so you still have that available. Bit of an invasion in the jungle as well, Joker. And kind of running around. Empyrean is chased down by Duster, but this is not a safe play to do solo. Mark is around with a roll. Duster will fall. But here comes Double King, more than willing to lend some damage out for the team. As Empyrean trying to go for the Roche deny, juking around. No, he's taken out in the end. The Avalanche out as well. He managed to clip down Joker. And Soul's left all alone in the middle of all of this mess. Is tanky as the
tanky,
DK,
yeah,
but there's
playing with him a bit. They had a blink on DK, right? They have tier 1 mid lane taken already out, so I think it would have been easier for them. They might make a move on Great King top at the same time. Double Joker on bottom lane.
And they TP'd up top. They've got the glimpse back for Double King. They will find Joker down bot, but this is a bigger one. They've got enough to clear out Double King's 2 lives. Take 1 out. They've got the Static Storm if they feel the need for it, but it doesn't look like they'll need it. They'll just be able to melt through. Mark comes in with good stuns. Not enough space to get that Great King out. Static Storm does not connect an ending window. So a little bit of a whiff, but they find more as the 2 supports run in.
Yeah, they still have a really solid fight. They use a lot of their build golds, so Dragonite form used.
Much. And now they start that clump up mid. They drag Isla in. Mid-tier 1 does not last too long against these familiars. And will be forced to fortify up, but it's a tough one to defend. They just can't do enough damage onto the familiars. As Joker goes for the punch and a creep and dies for it.
Joker is
tower
like,
falls anyway.
Nice joke. Hey, goes in. Just uses Primal Punch. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, it's maybe trying to gun for the deny, perhaps. Does get punished. Smoke out from CDUB. Walking into the high ground. They drop a ward to spot. Empyrean doesn't react in time. Is going to be the only one to be taken out. They do manage to blink out on Soul.
Maybe
They're
more.
rolling up, though. Monster gets tossed up in the air. Guardian Greaves are in cooldown. And he just doesn't have the time to Spirit Siphon. The chain stuns are perfect.
That's the difference from CDUB and from Alpha, because for CDUB, they used nothing for it.
While for you to hit that point here on Alpha, they'll finally go for a smoke play out now. No objectives are close by, but Joker does have his blink. So this could be the difference maker with that double initiation now. They are in the low ground. They'll blink forward. They catch out Mark. Static Storm is there. And they should find a Pangolier. So the punishment is out, but here comes Double King. Stun forward. Manages to find Joker. No problems. Soul does reveal that BKB, and the silence is massive. Metamorphosis exorcists him back up. Isla still alive for now. They get the stunts out onto Rises, but pinning down that disrupt that terribly. It seems a little bit tough with Double King so far out. He will TP out, but he gets stunned up. He still has his ult, but there's no relief coming out with everyone dead. And Alpha, they find everything they could have asked for. The smoke It pays off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, Lizard, they're not near any objectives.
Not near anything, pretty much. They used all the
Double King is right in front. They jump onto him immediately. Still has a secondary life. They'll punch him up in the air and take him out. And the roll's out, though. Good roll angles coming out from Mark.
Nice.
Snowball is there
Snowball.
to save. So they're collapsing onto the edge, but the BKBs fly in from Double King, so he's fine. They do take out Joker and Empyrean. They didn't manage to use that Static Storm. They'll find Isla, but they can't answer for the second life of Double King. They will still get the chase down, though. BKB was expended from the Raid King, so now coming out from Soul. And the damage output coming out from Rises is huge. And they'll just run up. And CDUB, the counterplay, it doesn't feel straightforward. They're trying to wrap out from the behind here. They'll run into a few more heroes than they'd expect. They do find Empyrean. Can they burst down Disruptor? Yes, they can. Isla building up the stacks. Has the Raid Pack running, but the BKB is up. And Sanctified, it does manage to run away. Rises, though, just allowed to twack away onto these heroes. Isla still standing forward. Mark, roll already expended. They will lose Isla. Can they find more on Alpha? Yeah, objective minded here. He is just way too big in that Terrorblade. Managed to get a good use on the Sunder as well. We'll have that off cooldown. Aegis will expire soon. Maybe some caution required here as they get the jump on him. Aegis still 1 second away. Is he actually going to survive? Yes, he does. But it does expire. Can they finally get that kill onto Rise as the stun comes through from Double King? They get the control. They're getting the output. There's no mana in the tank for the TB. No Sunder left. And they will find that kill.
Anything else?
They get the punish.
Anyone else?
Can they catch Soul Avalanche? No.
Definitely lost super fast. So 2 games.
Yeah. It can happen. What else can happen is that Roshan will spawn up. Joker almost dies again, but this time they might be able to punish Sanctified as isn't able to find a connection, just melting in that breed fire. And the little pit of flames that your DK can do with his fireball. And they give a freebie out. So this time it's Sanctified kind of having his Joker moments. They do get the roll out early from Mark. Can they really find anything? Monster actually dodges. They'll find Empyrean in the backline, but the bash from Roshan actually helps him in pinning down Empyrean. And they'll find that kill. Exorcism forced out here from Monster. The TP does work out. So that's a pretty big spell to force. Exo out, half duration left. Mark caught in the middle of something he doesn't want to be in. Does not manage to roll up away.
He's got to buy back.
And Roshan.
Yeah, if you want to, you need to buy back immediately. You need to go for this.
Good Terror Wave, extra Metamorphosis. More things to play with in the downtime. CDUB are playing outside their base though with a smoke. Can they find someone isolated here? I mean, if they jump Rises while his team's away, could be one move, but they don't have outpost control. Empyrean instead is going to have to be the fodder here. And they'll find that Disruptor, but can they actually get anything else? Isla punched in the air. Does still have stone form, so just going to be fine right here, but not for long. Be focused out, taken out.
No buyback.
Familiar's gone as well. No buyback on him. He did. It's still on cooldown. He bought out the site of Vice because
in 8 seconds. So
Double King.
Once he is resurrected, he will have Pango to play with at least.
But have that secondary life in Double King, it does not feel safe. You see that out, but they get the toss back though. Onto Soul. He eats the cheese immediately. He's going to be safe, and now they'll find Double King. Taken down twice. He will buy back. Sanctified now start to drop low for making that attempt.
You can't even approach this dragon. He's on top of your ancient.
They're rolling onto him now. They can start to dish some damage out. Do they have enough? It looks like Double King's hitting his own ancient.
Okay.
It looks a bit funny, but the mega creeps are up. They do kill the DK. They'll find Joker as well. The buyback's flying through though. Rises is alone, but Monster does come in to back him up. And
Visage and Tiny should be up by the time everyone is here. Tusk is a little bit further away.
Jump in, Monster just getting hyper aggressive with his Shard Siphon, getting Fierce off, and a good glimpse back from Empyrean into that Static Storm. Mark just locked in. Sanctified could not make a play with a blink up as well. Buybacks being forced out. No Tiny for a little bit longer. Double King in the middle of everyone. is just melting, still has a secondary life. Can they find any kills coming out here? So they are starting to drop so low. He did buy back if he falls.
That's the dieback.
Dieback for the DK. Can they find more? Can they find Joker? They'll be able to take him out.
For Joker as well.
2 diebacks
Anyone
from
else?
Alpha. As they find another on Empyrean, and they lock in Monster. They've got the output. 4 heroes down. So they're playing against the Mega Creeps in Alpha. The 2 buybacks they commit aren't enough to end that game.
Yeah, what the...
End this game right now before CDUB can find anything more. And Smoke might lead to that opportunity. They're jumping in. Double King just melting to the Metamorphosis right now. But the roll here from Mark, BKBs do fly on in time, but Monster is not going to be able to survive. And they'll find that one. They'll sacrifice Sanctified for it. Joker's starting to drop low now as well, and they'll find him. First life gone on Double King, but he's getting the chase off. He wants Rises, no vision. They will get the lock-in with a Static Storm. Mark cannot afford to die. He will fall. 2 heroes with no buybacks for CDUB this time around, but they get the Hex onto Rises. The Glimmer Cape will save for now, but it's not enough. It's not long enough, and he falls.
They get him.
They have buyback.
Yeah, he does have...
But he can't end.
Yeah, he does... Oh, look at the throne. It actually fell really low. They have buybacks, but that's it. Another time that they got just completely... Yeah.
Base, it's going to be Mark to clear out the Megas. They're not fighting at full strength here on CDUB's side. A little bit awkward for them to
it's
try
awkward.
to force, but if they find a pick-off...
Exactly. And even if they don't find a pick-off, I feel like Rush area is so good for them.
Oh, the Blink toss back onto Empyrean. They'll find a simple kill in the Disruptor. Sanctified, dropping low, has a Ghost Scepter to stall for now, but not going to be able to blink out anytime soon. The big stun from the Familiar, and they're getting good damage off. They are actually starting to drop Rises a little bit. Here comes Monster, though, with his Spirit Siphons up. Starting to get the fear off across the map. You are low on Double King. He does have that secondary life and the BKB. Refresh out and Rises. Ench dieback on hand. They're kiting around
Their
Double King.
throne is gonna fall.
Even through the BKB, their throne, it's just exposed. And they're dropping all the heroes. Mark had to join in. Buyback out from Double King. He's leaving the throne.
Yeah,
he's joining in this fight. They will find Rises, but no one's defending.
Someone needs to TP.
They will TP back. He can take aggro, but there are 2 siege creeps there.
3 even. They're managing to win team fights, more or less, you know? Like, obviously, buybacks from Raid King isn't great, but even just managing to keep their heads together, you know, and defend the throne and have that fight, that was some... very good discipline and clarity from CDUB. But here comes Monster.
And they're buying back. They want to end this game. Terror Wave is out. Rise is just focusing onto the Ancient now. Is in a good position to just be safe. To jump forward from Double King. They're trying to take down that DP. They get the disarm onto Rises. If he dies back, that could ruin the game. The Ancient's still set to fall. Can they actually stall long enough? It doesn't look like it. CDUB. They give it their all, but Alpha, in the end, had the resources to close out that game. What a back and forth, though.
It's so juicy. It's very tempting.
Yeah. I mean, it just feels good, right? To get those big plays going for your team. Whether or not Isla kind of wants to do that is a different question. They do drop the Tombstone. They had a lot of the case on Isla. He's melting from that acid spray. And they just find that kill with right clicks. Sanctified, not safe here either. 0 armor hero. Unstable, cleans up.
What's happening with their lanes? They really need to work on the laning stage.
It's even worse. As Isla gets dived again, Tombstone's down. Unstable Concoction connects. There's the acid spray as well. Have 2 mangoes ready on Isla. But they're just shoving him away. He's still on the run. He has 15 charges on the one. So he shouldn't die, but I mean, he's not able to do anything. He's not even able to really play that lane. They will find Soul down mid. So they get the control out. A little bit of movement out from Duster as well to contest that rune. Does manage to find that kill. And Mark will find the haste rune, so
okay,
just
top
goes
lane
for a straight TP up top.
Yeah, he has.
They will find.
I mean, these two
and Rises.
Yeah, they get it.
Okay.
These two have been playing the lane behind the tier 1 tower more than in front of it. As you can see,
you think about what's that term? Something about the correlation of mass and how high you can fall without taking damage. As a squirrel, you probably wouldn't take damage. There you go.
Yeah, okay, Scroll is a bad example because some Scrolls can fly even, right? They can spread those wings.
That they can, as they're starting to spread their wings over onto Imp, showing him how to fly into his grave. They find another kill. They're trying to contest these stacks, and Soul is getting some damage off, but isn't able to really maintain. Lots of output here on Duster. Sanctified will actually die to the Tombstone, but Soul, DD Enchantress, and now it's CDUB finally meeting their timings, meeting that tempo, getting some punishment out on Alpha, who have been playing spectacularly aggressive, as Soul gets caught out again. Does not connect with the split earth this time. He might be able to find Mark if he really wanted to push the issue. Has one more slight ready, finds the kill. So he's going to be in a pretty good spot.
They get
They will find Sanctified on top. They lose their rune, and they're starting to run down Joker a little bit. Will find him, but Soul is more than ready to come in with Imp. Finds one, Double King. It's going to just be able to run away. The zombies are still chasing. No more mana left on Imp.
Tombstone effect.
The temptation.
The temptation, yeah.
The Tombstone temptation in play. They rupture up Monster once more.
Sounds like
this
a metal
time,
band.
Sanctified.
Tombstone temptation.
Yeah, it actually does. Chains out from Soul. Finds a good connection onto 2 and a good pushback as well. We'll find Duster and should find Sanctified here as well. The kill is starting to rack up for the side of Alpha as Soul takes activity on the map.
Mid lane is being pressured by Lesh a bit, so at least that's something, but...
Go for a smoke play out here. Amp, Joker, and Soul grouped up here. They know where they're playing up top. They've got this Arcane Rune for Soul to spam out as well. Sanctified would not be too hard of a target to find. Get the lock in, the damage is out. The blink forward for Monster finds a bigger one in Isla. We'll try to TP out, but the root's still there.
They're
and
falling
2
apart.
for Soul.
Yeah, they're just falling apart. They're unable to play the game on CDUB. It's a bit rough.
Although Chemical Rage is down, that does feel like your window. And if they caught him before the BKB is fully assembled, could have been their opening here from the side of CDUB. So they miss out a little bit on an opportunity. So much value out from Yelp just finding these skeleton summons. So we'll get the jump out onto Joker. But here comes Soul in the middle of everyone. Has his full blade mail up. Can they find something? They get the stun out onto Mark. That's a big one in the back. As Rises runs up with his own unstable concoction. BKB at the ready. Dragon Tail out onto Duster. Not the big kill you'd want. Toss forward onto Rises. The BKB saves him as well. As Isla
Black hole?
can't. Oh, he will commit the black hole. Ranged burn isn't quite enough to melt him, but he falls anyway. Rises starting to drop so low. The mischance saves him. The Radiance miss
It's insane.
keeps him alive. Soul. Blade Mail running around, kills off the Bloodseeker with a rupture.
Insane.
And a shot out. They're finding everything, a full team wipe.
Oh my god, what happened?
Oh, and regen for Soul. Everything you could ask for. Rupture and just kill off the Bloodseeker instead of the Blade Mail. That's pretty sickening. That was really dirty onto Double King. You have no counterplay as well as a Bloodseeker. You just die.
Yeah. DD as well.
Oh, they're still going? Monster finds Sanctified and another shot out from Joker. He is definitely not having a Joker moment now. Or this is the conclusion of the Joker moment when he just feels better as they jump onto Duster with a stun.
That DD coming into play, yeah.
Oh, man.
91% win rate. 18 minutes.
Catch most of the stuns in the game, even without BKB. You might get some value out here. Alpha, though, not going to wait for that. They smoke up. Rises does lose his smoke trying to go for the camp.
Double King.
Everyone else still flanking. Double King. Now they'll go for Duster instead. So they miss out on a Bloodseeker kill. The shot does not track.
Did they not see him? They went for Edge instead.
Yeah, I think they missed out right on the edge of vision, but there comes Soul. Root is out, Blade Mill up as well, dodges out the silence, and Monster comes with a blink. They find another kill. So they find a very big kill in the Bloodseeker and instantly rotate down bot where they see Mark. Soul wants more. The chains are ready. It does connect Mark's pretty low on mana. I mean, he does have the Bloodstone if he wants to try something cheeky, but his output's shortened with a Mage Slayer. Such a good solution to this hero. This itemization on Soul. Blade Mail Mage Slayer. And it's working quite well. It's the perfect game for this kind of build.
It's really nice. I was just going to comment on it as well. Mage Slayer, Blade Mail, Corrosive Orb, and he's just able to... Like, Clash can't really stand against him as well. You're mitigating some damage, you're dishing out some damage back with the Blade Mail. He's going Ags next. Such a good game for the Ember. And we were worried for him, remember? Like when it came to the laning stage, but this man has been on 1 point.
He has been. They lock Duster again, they get the shot off, and he is taken out with a sleight of fist. So they're finding freebies across the map. There is a Blink up now onto Sanctified. They throw Rises in, but the Black Hole, it doesn't last long enough. He is just too low on the HP. Rupture doesn't stop Rises from running away here as well. Does the Mage Slayer affect Midnight Pulse? I feel like that hurts the output quite a fair bit, just having the Mage Slayer debuff on hand.
Not sure, because you kind of cast it on the floor, right? And then
true. They're jumping in. They find Duster
nice
again. The
black hole
is there. Massive black hole, but he's melting. He's not lasting long enough in there. And there's no follow-up. Mark is not really able to dish the damage out. Soul, I mean, he's got Aegis. Does he really care about dying here? Doesn't feel like he does. Monster being chased. Rises. He's the target you'd want to kill. They do find it. All these low heroes making this Bloodseeker run around like a madman. They will find more kills on hand. Mark still not safe. The enchant, though, slowing down that chase with a remnant, but not enough to stop this Duster.
Double King
still chasing that high move speed. They're so low, he just wants to find more. And Soul does get the chains. Can they actually get the damage? A sharpshooter weaving through from Joker. They'll find Isla as well. That's dieback on him. Mark, is he actually going to survive? Can they give Empyrean this kill? They're actually trying to give Empyrean the kill. The Bloodstone's on, though. He's healing through a little bit. They need to soften him down. Rampage for Empyrean! Rampage for Empyrean! What is going on?
Oh man, I love it. I love that they gave it to him. You know, you could see that they're trying. They even said that they call it. Yeah.
Oh, they call it. They're done. You can't fault them for that one, Lizard. 9-36, 28 minutes in. And a break from our usual NA games of 40 plus minutes. It ends in 25-40.